Guys got it? All right, hard work on three, sprint to the next spot. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hard work. Sprint to the next spot. Don't walk. Get there, get there, get there, get there.
What's up, guys? Jamie Shaw here with Phenom Hoops. We're here with
Jeff Bendel.
We're at Phenom's G3 Showcase. We're wrapping it up, Championship Sunday right now. Had a great day of basketball. We had about 50 teams come in. We're in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're at Prolific Park as well as Northwest Guilford. Jeff was at Northwest Guilford yesterday. He consumed the younger talent that was in here, the 14s and 15s, and then been here at Prolific today. Jeff, what are some things that stood out to you with the 14s and 15s?
First of all, I think the WNC Warriors were a team, just in general, that needs to be noted. They got 4 or 5 guys that are really, really good players, from Keenan Wilkins to Drake Downs. They have size, they have guards. Their guard play is really what put them over the top, though.
And they came over here today and played for the championship game over here today.
Yep.
And they running clock the team, right?
Yeah. One in dominant fashion, just as they've been doing all weekend. Definitely a team to watch.
Well, what kind of player is Drake Downs? He's the 6'6" kid from South Carolina, right?
Sure, yeah. He's 6'6". He has great touch around the basket, runs the floor. Everything's pretty much within 5 to 7 feet. But yeah, I mean, he rebounds the ball extremely well, plays with a great motor, has a great feel for his position and how he plays.
Yeah, and Keenan Wilkins is a name that we've known for a while. He came last year to the Tennessee camp, won an award. He's come to a couple camps again this year, and now he's playing up, 8th grader playing up with the 9th graders. How'd he look this weekend?
That's a kid that has actually looked much better. We've always had kind of questions about his size. He's a small guard, 5'5". But he's always been able to shoot, kind of get in the lane and make plays. And then we saw him, playing with older kids, and he was, getting pushed off his spots a little bit easier, struggling to make those same plays. He's looked much better this week. Playing tough, attacking the basket, finishing through contact, doing things that we hadn't even seen him do with this type of age group. So, it's really reassuring to see his growth.
So you texted me yesterday, and you were super hype about a couple of guards that you saw over there at the 15U group, some new names that we hadn't necessarily been tracking or seen before. Who were they, and what were they all about?
Dontavius Petaway and Nico Taylor, both from Raising Young Men. A pair of guys that are going to be really good. Green Central is going to be getting Petaway, 6'3", versatile, both ends of the floor. Like I said, he's a guy that can guard your 5 through 1 and also handle the ball and create it as the lead guy. So, that's a special type of talent. And Taylor is about as good of a shooter as I've seen, maybe other than Nick Green this weekend. Absolutely.
Speaking of Nick Green, we got over here right now, the championship's going on, WBC Elite versus the Royal Knights. And talk about a clash of just two good teams. WBC's coming off of last week or 2 weeks ago. Now this is their first time back, and they're playing in the championship game, playing together, playing team ball. And that Royal Knights team, they're 10 deep, just interchanging guys off and on. What are you seeing in that game so far?
Well, obviously, Jawan Carr is a guy that you're going to notice every time with his just consistency and ability to make the right read. Every single time.
Yeah. It's unreal. So we were talking to a coach yesterday who played against him, and he was talking about how, so to stop WBC, stop Jawan Carr.
Of course.
You watch him play, all that kind of stuff. He had film on him, so they ran 2 guys at him and then had shadows on him too. And he said they still couldn't stop him. He said his ability to get into the paint, he'd never rush. He got where he wanted off the bounce and made the correct read every single time, whether it be pitching it out to his teammate or where the help came from, whether it be hitting a floater, a pull-up jump shot, or dunking it on your head. He's got the full arsenal.
Exactly.
And they ended up actually losing the game, the coach, the team they played yesterday. But Carr's he's a special talent, like you said, and the fact that the game's just natural to him. It's easy, and he makes people better that are around him.
Absolutely. With consistency too. You could put him with any group of teammates, and they're going to be elevated at least an entire level. Beyond him, Trey Pittman's been really good this weekend.
Trey Pittman's been great this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey Pittman's been good for them. Makai Stanley's been really good as well. He's just a walking mismatch. 6'3", strong as they come, and can shoot threes. Bangs down low. And then there was a freshman, D. Barnett. You actually brought him to my attention. The guy that we've seen before. He looks really good with them.
From Wilmington. He brought him in just this tournament because he normally plays with the Carolina Legend. I guess they're off this weekend, so he brought him with them. And he's been unbelievable. He just fit right in. Couldn't tell that he was playing up 2 age groups.
Right, yeah. And then on the other side of things, obviously the Royal Knights, they're just as rugged and tough as they come.
I love their backcourt.
Oh, I love their backcourt.
Yeah, with Green and Waverly.
Green, Waverly, and Caleb Matthews.
Yeah.
That's a tough threesome to go for. Those guys are as tough as anybody out here.
Well, a thing too,
especially when they get out in transition and push the pace.
The thing I like about all 3 of them too is they can all handle, shoot, and pass.
Exactly.
All three of them.
Yeah.
All three of them. You can ISO them out. You can play them spread, and they can all beat you both off the bounce. They can make the right read and they can make shots. And that's tough because they're all what 6'1" to 6'3". They're long and athletic, above the rim too.
Sure.
And then past those three, you know, they have 6 or 7 other guys that are just good players.
Yeah, college. Potential college level guys.
Yeah, very good players who buy into the role. They all play with pace. They all play with grit and determination. They all play for one another. It's just a very fun team to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is an exciting game going on right now for that one. Who are some other standouts that you've seen today? So Andrew Scholl for the Renegades, they brought in David Tubeck, a freshman, one that we saw in Tennessee. He's a 6'8" forward wing. I don't know, but he shows flashes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah, you know, there's times where he looks brilliant. I mean, simply unstoppable. He has you know, craftiness and tools that some other players just simply don't have, and that's what sets him apart as just a prospect. But then you realize how recently he's been playing the game and how new it all is to him, and it's almost almost like an epiphany to just be like, this kid could be amazing.
The first time yesterday, the first game he had, he couldn't get his offense really going, but he had about 18 rebounds.
Right.
So he played his position well. Then all of a sudden, as he got comfortable with his teammates, got comfortable in the environment, you see him grabbing and going. You see him pushing the break, initiating offense. You see him grabbing the ball on the wing, getting downhill,
Doing
one dribble,
things
pull
that
up.
we saw that made him look so impressive.
Absolutely. Jump shots beautiful and stuff, and you could tell that it's still processing in his head, but it's coming together, and you see flashes.
Becoming more natural.
Yeah,
for him. Absolutely.
And he's one to absolutely watch, and that team is led by Andrew Scholl. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he comes in with the swag and the poise
and the true floor general sense that he brings.
Absolutely. He's tough. He's gritty. He's a shot maker. He's also makes great reads, passes the ball well, touches the paint often, puts pressure on the defense from multiple levels. He's just a good overall player, one that should have or should be getting full scholarship looks.
Absolutely, yeah.
MJ Wilkerson was good today. NC Empire lefty. He had a great day. Athlete. He's making shots now. He's one that has always been a good defender, always been great in transition. Now he's getting comfortable in the half court. Now he's getting comfortable with the pull-up jump shot. Now he's getting comfortable with the three-point shot. Another very interesting thing today was the unsigned seniors, Noah Dunn and Trey Cousin.
Yep.
Both of them have had unique paths. However, they both had similar paths to one another with tearing their ACLs and throughout this last year. So terrible timing for that, but now they're coming back. They're still not 100%.
Right.
But you can see that they know how to play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do they know how to play basketball, they know how to get buckets.
Absolutely.
Noah Dunn had 35 earlier today. Trey Cousin had 27 earlier today. They can both shoot it. And it's unbelievable how they're not, explosive. They're not blown by like a Russell Westbrook type of guy, but they know how to get to their spots. They know where they want to get on the floor. They know how to get there, and they do it with balance, and they do it with the ability to just the knowledge to get to the spot. And it's really fun to watch how you can have a guy who's not near as athletic as somebody else guarding them, get them to where they want to go, and then score.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, like we said after our Phenom Challenge Live, I mean, Trey Cousins is as good of a three-level scorer as they come. Same with Noah Dunn.
Yeah.
I mean, both those guys were on that list of the superlatives, so they just continue to further that notion today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And earlier today, we got to watch the Noah Dunn versus Emil Flowers, the Greensboro Warriors unsigned senior team versus the Greensboro Warriors 17U team. Right. And that was a fun matchup, because you have the Emil Flowers is the high-scoring, explosive, kind of just prototypical, looks like a college level wing. Right. And Noah Dunn is the high IQ, crafty, men's league YMCA type of guy who takes the young buck.
Old school game.
Yeah, who takes the young buck and puts 40 on him.
Right.
And then just goes and rubs Bengay all of his legs and calls it a day. And that's what we got. Yeah. I mean, Emil Flowers went for over 20. It was an unbelievable game. It was a 3-point game, went down to the final thing. Emil Flowers went for over 20, and Noah Dunn went for 35. Both players in their own right proved to be scholarship level guys. Both guys in their own right proved to be the recruitment should be coming.
Right, absolutely. Another team that I thought stood out was Carolina Knights. They secured the championship today. Yeah. And the backcourt of Nasir Johnson and LJ Rogers has just been great all weekend. Nasir is about as smart of a game manager as they come. Just smooth shoots the ball, scores it really well. Great passer, great playmaker. But LJ is a great compliment to him as probably one of the most athletic players in the gym.
I was about to say, that's what surprised me this weekend is LJ is incredibly athletic.
Incredible length and incredible explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like he gets downhill toward the rim and it's aggressively toward the rim and he just goes.
Yeah.
I also want to speak a little bit toward the Team Fly, 16U team.
Oh, yeah.
They're a good team. They have talent and they are huge. I mean, they're probably one of the biggest teams I've seen, let alone being on 16U. But you've got an extensive look at them. You've seen them. This is the third time you've seen them. You're playing right now in the championship game. They have an interesting mixture of very long and skilled guards who can make plays, and then girthy big men down in the paint who rebound and block shots and who kind of do the dirty work. It's a nice blend of talent.
Yeah. No. Zeke Biggers is a mammoth down there. I mean, that guy should be playing football, should be a nose tackle somewhere because he could make money.
Oh no,
he's huge.
Yeah,
and he has a great feel for inside hands. You know, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's tough to guard.
No, he has the look absolutely of an SEC lineman.
Yeah, but the main guy on their team was actually. Jamarian Dalton.
Yes.
I mean, he's long, 6'3", athletic.
He's number one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, guard.
He simply did everything for this team all weekend long. I watched him in one game have at least 5 blocks, and I'm talking like pin on the backboard, like chase down blocks and transition. And this is after, like, say he turns the ball over or something. He's the first guy back on defense, making a play.
It's really funny if you're in this profession, I guess, long enough, you'll come to find out that you'll watch a kid play earlier and he plays amazingly, and then you go to your buddies or your friends or a coach or somebody and say, hey, watch this other kid, he's incredible. And inevitably what he does is he dribbles off his foot the very first play. He shoots like an air ball, falls over, trips over his own feet, and just looks ridiculous. So Jeff came back over today and was like, hey, watch this Team Fly team. Watch this number one. You know, he's a good player. So I'm expecting him to, dribble off his foot or sit there, go trip.
Have a miscue of some sort.
Yeah, something. First play down, he gets a steal, hits a no-look pass to the guy under the basket. I'm like, oh, okay. Next play down, he comes up, hits a crossover, pull-up three-pointer, nothing but net. I was like, oh, okay, this guy's got some stuff. And then he proceeded to, in that half, continue to make positive plays for his team. And just as Jeff said, he was everything that he said he would be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been one of the top 5 players I think I've seen this weekend, just in terms of the amount of things that he did for his team was unparalleled. Nobody else did that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess that about wraps it up for the recap. Make sure you go on PhenomHoopReport.com to check everybody's recaps. We had 50 teams that were here playing, and shout out to Rick Lewis for putting this thing together. The organization of this event was incredibly smooth. I think we had 16 championship games. People winning trophies. Everybody's running smooth and on time, and we're getting out here early on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, all the mothers out there. But yeah, shout out to the smooth and how well organized and well-oiled machine this thing is. Make sure you check us out. Hashtag Phenom G3 Showcase for all the write-ups. We've been trending on Twitter all day, all weekend really. Make sure you go to the website PhenomHoopReport.com, Phenom_hoops on both Instagram and Twitter. So register now because we have the David Rose coming up in 2 weeks. It's Memorial Day, and that will probably sell out. So make sure you register here in the next week or so. We're going to want to get there. We're going to have the Phenom mixtape team on it. You're going to get all kinds of exposure. I mean, the exposure is really what it's all about right now. You're going to get it there. Make sure you sign up for it, and look toward our June high school team camps too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank y'all very much.
Guys got it? Nice hard work on 3, sprint to the next spot. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hard work.
Sprint to the next spot. Don't walk. Get there, get there, get there, get there.